The federal government said no today to an inquiry into the safety of Canada's blood supply. That was a demand from some of the hundreds of people who went in for blood transfusions and came out with HIV, the virus that can lead to AIDS.
Those infections happened in the late 70s and early 80s, before blood was screened for HIV. But now that it is screened, Health Minister Benoit Bouchard says there's no reason to think an inquiry would do any good. And as Ken Nias tells us, the Red Cross feels exactly the same way.
John Wilson is a hemophiliac. Without regular injections of a blood product called Factor VIII, his blood won't clot and he could bleed to death. He's been diagnosed HIV positive. It was contaminated Factor VIII that was to blame.
It gets me browned off, to be honest, that something that saves my life is shortening it.
The test for detecting HIV in donated blood didn't start until mid-1985, but many of the almost 800 Canadian hemophiliacs infected with HIV say the Red Cross didn't act quickly enough to protect users of donated blood. At least 80 of them are suing. Today, the Canadian Red Cross Society called a news conference to address the allegations.
That no one in Canada, no one has knowingly given the level of knowledge at the time, distributed infectious blood or blood products.
Weber says blood screening tests were put into effect as soon as they received federal approval. He says decisions made during the mid-80s must be judged based on what was known then, not what we know now. This doctor, who advises the Red Cross, agrees.
I truly think that we are dealing with an accident, a very sad accident for which none of us is responsible.
The Red Cross says any blame can be sorted out in court. And in the House of Commons today, Health Minister Benoit Bouchard said he has no immediate plans to call an inquiry.
As soon as if it happens, I believe that there's a necessity, I will act, Mr. Speaker, accordingly.
Bouchard says that even the National Hemophilia Society hasn't asked for an inquiry, and he says he has no reason to believe anything was wrongly done. Ken Nias, CBC News, Ottawa.